Well, hey everyone, how is it going? My name's Shani and I'm a part-time reseller, and today I have a ship with me. This is going to be, it is Sunday night. It is August the 10th. And this is going to be what has sold from yesterday morning throughout today. I've only had 2 sales today. Usually Sundays can be better than Saturdays, but I actually did okay on Saturday. I did 5 sales on Saturday, and then I ended up getting 2 today. So 7 sales, but 1 is a bundle. So I've sold 8 items, which I am happy. Like that has been the best weekend in a while, I feel like. So, and I'm really happy with some of the items that have sold. So let's just get going. Move my stuff here out of the way. I have been piddling all day long today. My husband and I just kind of chilled around our house, and I worked out. If you're a flower person, you know the struggle. My peonies did not, some people say peonies, kind of depends on how you were raised, what area you were raised in. My grandmother always called them peonies. I have always called them peonies. I don't know why. I call them both, actually. So both of them are right, just so you know. If you say it a certain way, it's right. But when we moved here, where I planted them and where I've been planting them, they it holds a lot of water in the spring, and peonies don't like that. And then I live in Missouri where it's blistering hot, so you go from having lots of water and the ground being nothing but a soggy mess to no water, even though I'm watering. So they've looked horrible, and it's not a good time to transplant, but if I waited any longer, they were going to be dead. So that's what I've been doing all day. Not that you want to know that on our reselling channel, but just in case you're interested in what I've got going on. So, all right, get a big drink. Let's go. All right. I have had 1 Poshmark sale. Let's see. I've had another. This is my 4th Poshmark sale for the week. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say about that, but yeah. That's okay. It's better than no Poshmark sales, and this is a good one. The one thing I've noticed, I don't know if any of you have noticed this, if you're a reseller, but it seems like since probably right after Christmas, my big items just, I sell them very randomly. You guys see a lot of bread and butter items, like $8 to $15 go out. And really that is the bulk of my sales. But I have 1 higher priced item in this lot today. And I do have higher priced items, but it's just, for the coat, I have a coat going out. It's just, I don't know. It just seems like just randomly more people are really watching their spending. And so, I feel like it anyway, but look at this. Isn't this the cutest? I know you saw it in a haul, but this is that Bowden. It looks brand new too. It is a women's size 14. Let me read you my title, if I can get to it. A Bowden smocked yoke, cotton French, navy floral blouse, size US 14. It was easy to find. Man, it's so pretty. I almost kept this for myself, but it's just so cute. But it sold on, I did get a question on it on Poshmark, and I think it was maybe the person that bought it, but they just asked if it was lightweight, and or sheer lightweight, and I just responded that it was kind of like that of like a button-up blouse, like a cotton button-up blouse. It was the best way for me to explain it, and that it wasn't super lightweight. And then they ended up buying it. My Posture VA did I'm still using it right now. It did send them an offer of $31 and that was accepted. And I thought I had turned off the shipping discount, but it's still on there, so I need to figure it out. But it is a good sale though. And guess where? Sorry, I have a hair or something on my tongue. Guess where I got this at? Goodwill bins on June 21st. My cost of goods, 98 cents. So after fees and everything and the shipping discount, my net profit is $21.50. And this is a really good sale for me. I'm so excited. It's just gonna go out in a Tyvek. I ran out of my padded flat rates. I need to buy them. I definitely need to buy them. I have some of these priority stickers and they kind of come in handy because these Tyvek mailers don't stick like they used to. So I kind of use them to seal it. But anyway, $21.50 going out. My sweet little sidekicks right here laying down. Okay. So that was my only Poshmark sale. And guess what? I had another Etsy sale. So Etsy all of a sudden has turned on a little bit. This is my third sale of the week and it's a good one. Not as much as like I would have liked to make on this, but my cost of goods was a little bit higher. Putting this label on. I keep my camera up since I do put labels on. I try not to flash the camera too much with labels, so that's why I do that, but I try to always show you guys what I'm doing. Okay, this I've got, let me find it. I got it, this sold today on Etsy. So I've had no eBay sales today. All of my eBays were from yesterday. The Poshmark was today, and then this Etsy sale. I got this, July 19th for $8 at an estate sale. It was on their 50% off day. And they had several pieces of Sarah Coventry. And I went ahead and bought that. And is that not beautiful? Every rhinestone is there. It's just so pretty. It's got the brooch. And it can be like a pendant of some sort. But isn't that pretty? This is the Sarah Coventry Vintage Galaxy Brooch and clip-on earring set, silver tone. I think I put signed, maybe. Signed, yeah. So here are the earrings. They're pretty good size too. Look at that. So pretty. They're kind of, they kind of remind you of like, I don't know. They're just so pretty. They're all colorful. But anyway, yeah, these sold for $29.99 on Etsy. So on Etsy, my fees ended up being like $4.01. And then the shipping, after the fees and shipping, my net profit is $16.78, which at first I was like, well, that doesn't seem like a whole lot, considering I sold it for $29.99. But you have to think that I paid $8 for it, so I did pay up. I bought a couple more pieces too that day. I wanted to just give them a try since they were half off. So I'm really glad I did. And I am so glad I cross-posted this on Etsy. I just kind of recently started cross-posting again on Etsy. I kind of was like taking a break because it just wasn't, things were not selling on Etsy. And then it just kind of opened up here lately. So, okay. So I got them all wrapped up. I got some bubble wrap and then I got some kind of shipping paper. And then I had this box. Anytime I can get these boxes for free places, I do it. So I'm just reusing this box. It's not the box it came in. And then what I'm gonna do, I got bit by a sugar on my ankle and it's driving me insane a little bit. I have this cute little ribbon that I'm gonna just tie a bow on it just to keep it closed and to kind of have a cute little you know, when they open it, it'll look cute anyway, I think. All right, stay in here. You stay in here. You gotta stay here. All right, so this is going to Texas. So I'm just shipping it in this padded envelope I had. All right. I want to put some stickers on this because it is pretty sticky though. Okay, so I just put a couple stickers. So $16.78, that was a pretty good sell, and I'm so glad. I was so happy when I saw that come across. Okay, now to eBay for Saturday. I've had a couple questions about something, but sorry, I'm thirsty. Okay, this was an unexpected good sell. So I got these hats. They're Vexus Boats hats. They're brand new. They still have the stickers on them. They are unworn. These have been sitting for a little bit. I got them June the 3rd. I paid $2 a piece for them. Hats, especially when they're in amazing condition like this, they're so easy to list. Especially, get you like a hat form. I have old ones that I bought like at a garage sale or something, just styrofoam heads. Super easy to list. I listed these for $18 a piece because that's about where comps were. And I really expected to get, you know, I accept a lot of offers. So I did expect to get some offers on this, but they haven't sold. And then here, all of a sudden, someone came and bought both of them. I had 2 of them available. They bought both of them. I combined the shipping for them. And so they paid $36 for the both of them. And then I sent back the overage of shipping that they paid. I refunded them. So let's see, after everything's said and done, I paid $2 a piece after my fees and everything and cost of goods. My net profit for these two is $19.64. So that's a good, yay, that's a good sale. So it's going out in this eBay 8x8 box. And I love this box for hats. I just set them in there, and then I do have some paper kind of underneath, kind of to keep that form. And then I just kind of fold the paper down around them. And there you go, easy peasy. And it's gonna go out easy peasy until I lose the label. Where'd I put that label at? Make sure I put the right label somewhere. Where did I put the label at? Oh, maybe it's here. No. What did I do with it, y'all? Is it in it? Oh, no? Yes. Yes, it is. I'm like, wait a second. I know I had that. And I try not to ever tape with you guys, but I am going to just because I have quite a bit up here on my desk. And I just want to kind of get things organized and down. Oh man. I use the eBay tape. I usually don't use any other tape. Every once in a while, you'll get a sale and they'll ask for, you know, it'll be a gift for someone and they'll ask you to ship it with, you know, clear tape or whatever, so the people don't know that they bought it off of eBay. But I don't usually have the clear shipping tape. I stopped buying it when I started using the eBay tape. And since I have an eBay store, when you have an eBay store, they give you a $25 coupon to use every quarter on their shipping stuff. And so I buy tape, and I buy these 8x8x8 boxes. So these are probably some of my favorite boxes. So the hats are going to go out in that. So that was a really good sale. I'm happy with that. This one, not so much, but hey, let me tell you the reasoning for what I did. Okay, very cute. Look at that. So this in my jewelry, all my jewelry stuff the lots I've been buying, I have been picking out, you know, jewelry I want to sell separate instead of jarring them for my flea market booth. So what I've been doing is if it's a nicer piece of jewelry, I actually started creating lots, like kind of creating my own gold tone or silver tone lot. You're gonna see one because one sold. And yeah, so I decided to do that. So I've started that a few days ago. I think I've posted 4 now, and the silver one sold. But then I found this in the box, and I didn't know that Lulu's made jewelry, but this is a Lulu's tag. So it's really pretty. It kind of swags. And so I put it up on my little neck outline that I have for necklaces. Sorry, I feel like I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, I put it up on my little thing for necklaces, and my title is Lulu's Women's Gold Tone Multi-Strand Short Layered Swag Costume Necklace. So, and it fits, like it's meant to fit really tight against your neck, kind of like a choker in a way. So I just think it's gorgeous though. But there's a lot of Lulu's posted. So, and I have these little things. This is actually, I'm using this to try to kind of keep it from getting a little knotted or turned around in the shipping. So, anyway, I think I posted it for $8. I received a $6 offer, and I decided to take it. And the reason I did is because that is better than putting it in a jar and selling it with a whole bunch of other jewelry, you know, for whatever, for the jar. I know, Lou, they're biting me too. We got like little flies or something, and they're biting. She's nipping at them. Okay, so I went ahead and I took the $6 offer. Actually, comps for Lulu's jewelry is not the greatest. I'm gonna be honest, it is not the greatest, but I decided to go ahead and take it. So I did. So I wrapped it, and then I'm actually, just to protect it, I mean, I really don't need to, but I already weighed it and the shipping was fine. I have this little egg thing I'm gonna protect it with. I'm actually gonna tape this closed. All right. And then it's gonna go out in a little 9x6. I'm hoping no one cracks that. I mean, the jewelry should be protected if they do. But anyway, so I made $5.69 on this. And I also donated 60 cents to my charity. So there's that. So $5, I mean, that's not bad. When you think of all the jewelry I have, it's crazy. I have been trying to really get through some of it in the last 2 days. And my back hurts from sitting out here going through jewelry. But I bought another lot tonight off of eBay, actually. So we'll see. Haven't been able to buy from the seller much because usually they get bid up a lot. So, okay, this is a good sale. I'm super happy with it. Let me put this is going to go out in an 18 by 18. I'm going to try my darnest to get it in here anyway. And this is a Patagonia coat. Now I am going to try to wrap it just because you guys know me. I like to try to present. I'm going to try to not cover up my, there we go. This is why I really wanted to try and move some stuff. I got one more thing I gotta get out of the way here. Okay. So this is a Patagonia women's medium Sherpa lined insulated Prairie Dawn parka olive green. So I was able to find out what the name of this parka was. I took an offer today of $85 on eBay. So of course that's with shipping, because I charge shipping on eBay, and I am thrilled with that. I actually have wondered why it hasn't sold, but you have to think, I got it in, let me get my, I got it May the 2nd. I bought it at a garage sale. It's a really good garage sale. I've sold a lot of items from that one garage sale. And it was listed, they had it up for, she wanted $15 for it. Well, it looked like it had like this rust spot on it. And so I just simply asked her, hey, do you know what the stain happens to be? And she said, no. She said, I didn't even see that. And she said, I'll take $10 for it. She said, really, it's my son's ex's, and she left it at his house. And I was like, oh, so they're trying to get rid of her stuff. So I said, I'll take it. And I brought it home, and I washed it, and it came right out. So I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, it came right out. So I am ecstatic with that. So I did end up making a few bucks off of the shipping. I charged $12 for the shipping on this, and I did a flat rate. And you know what? Sometimes that can bite you. I do flat rate shipping on a lot of stuff. There's a few things I don't. But just based off of her location and my location, the shipping ended up being cheaper than I thought it was going to be. So, that is okay. I don't do that with intentions of making money on shipping. I mean, if I did, if that was my intention, then I wouldn't give back, I wouldn't refund people's money when they buy, a bundle from me for the shipping cost. If I was here to make money, and my shipping would be way more expensive than what it is. There are things I lose some shipping money on, not intentionally, but it just kind of happens sometimes. And I feel like it kind of everything evens out in the end. It really does. So, all right. So what I've done is I wrapped it up in a couple pieces of my shipping paper. Looks good. And then I have this 18 by 18 that I'm going to hope it fits in good. And this is one of the reasons why I actually love this poly mailer for coats like this. Now these poly mailers are more expensive, of course, than the standard 10 by 10s or, yep, and it's gonna fit. See that? It's beautiful. But they are worth it when you need them for cases like this. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. It's beautiful, right? It's ready to rock and roll. Okay. What I'll do is I'm gonna just put a couple pieces of eBay tape. You stay here. Right over the top to kind of like just enforce that to stay closed, since it is a little tight up there. So just like that. All right. So that was a good sale. That was my best sale of the week so far, for sure. $65.29 is what I profited on that, if I didn't say that. So I bought it for $10 in May, sold it for $85. My net profit is $65.29. So super happy with that. All right, I'm gonna save the hardest one to the last, just because it's gonna be tedious a little bit. So this is another one of my junk jewelry lots. So when I buy a lot from someone, usually the girl that's local to me, I feel very blessed to have found that contact that I can buy, big lots of jewelry from her. And, a lot of it can be junk. A lot of it is kind of in that, well, I'm going to jar it. And I have an example for you. So hang in there. So this is one I finished putting together this morning, actually. And it's a gold tone. You guys actually saw this jar in a thrift haul. It's a vintage jar I bought just for the jewelry, but that's an origami owl, if you are familiar with that. But this is all gold tone jewelry, lots of it. So if it's in like pretty decent condition and it's not something I want to post online, it goes in a junk jewelry jar, or a jewelry jar. So I'm probably gonna probably put this for $35, $40 in my booth and put firm, because there are, I guarantee, probably 75 plus. Now, some of them, are like those earrings, even though they're new. This one has a trinket box in it that's broken, but it's still pretty, that I thought I would keep it in there. So, and I fill these pretty full. You see that? I fill it pretty full. So this is a bigger one, that's for sure. The other ones I have are quart jars. I have one little pint jar started with little girls jewelry that I'm finding. But I think I'm going to go on my day off on Wednesday and take the jars I have done so far. So I think I did like 5 jars today. So if it's broken, if there's rhinestones missing, if it's tangled to the point I don't even want to waste my time. And there's been some of them that were tangled that bad. I put that in a whole separate thing. And I sell it for junk. And this is that I just got a negative review on one of these, and it broke my heart because I kind of pride myself on being an honest seller, and I think what hurt the most is like she didn't even reach out to let me know. But I was telling my husband about it, and he goes, well, she had he said she had expectations of finding good stuff and she didn't find any, because I even had him smell, because there's been some pieces that I've smelled smoke, but I don't have control over what home they come out. These are like estate sale pulls. And so my negative review was that it smelled horribly, like, like smoke. And, she didn't put that. She reached out to me, and I didn't, I reached out to her when I saw that she left me a bad review. I reached out to her. And so I did ask her, to open a return, and I would give her her money back. And so she is doing that. So truthfully, I would have just said, just keep it, and I'll just give you your money back if you'll change my review. But is this the point? I'm like, I want my jewelry back. And she was like, this is all junk. It looks like it's been, like someone's went through it over and over and over again. I'm like, yeah, it has. It's literally junk. And my description is very like, this is all junk. But crafters and artists can find some things in here. So anyway, there's lots of beads and rhinestones. So it's disheartening is all it is. It's like, you remember that first time you used to like believe everyone was good, and like that first time someone showed you that they weren't, and you were like, oh, so that's kind of how I feel. But it is what it is. I'm trying not to be emotional about it, because that's the one thing I do try to tell you guys is take your emotions out of it and just do your thing. But negative reviews can really hurt you. So that is on eBay, they can for sure. So that is why I just said I would accept the return, and she's supposedly gonna, I did ask for a review, but it hasn't been reviewed yet. So anyway, but this sold for $24.50. I don't really have a cost of goods because it's all trash. It's like stuff I would have trashed. So my net profit on this is $17.97. So not bad. It's pretty heavy. It is going to Ohio. And then my very last sale is one of those jewelry lots. And it is a vintage to now lot of silver tone and sterling jewelry, necklace, bracelet, earrings. So let me show you what I've got going on. And then I think I'm going to kind of wrap this up off. I'm going to, close out the video, and then I'm going to wrap it up, because I'm going to put each piece in its own individual little thingy. But this is a lot of all silver tone pieces. There are 2 pieces that are marked that they're sterling. But like this is not marked at all. It's definitely vintage, but look how pretty that locket is. And this is the kind of stuff that I am making lots with instead of putting them in the jars. So it kind of just gives me another avenue to make a profit on all those jewelry lots that I'm picking up. So like, look at that vintage bracelet. Isn't that cute? So this is, this is the one, this is marked 925. This is sterling, the clasp is, and someone clearly handmade that. So there's that one. A lot of it though, is unmarked, unsigned. I'm trying to find this other. So long story short, I bought, I'm pretty honest and say that there can be some discoloration. That's a really cool necklace. But most, like, in my opinion, it's wearable. Here's the other silver. This is just a chain, but it's marked Italy in 925. So I posted this I want it competitive. I don't want to mark it way up because I have money into this. I have money into all of this. So I just marked it for $29.99, even though I know I had two sterling pieces. That word didn't want to come out of my mouth. Sterling. So here's kind of like a statement. This was my worst nightmare, is them getting kind of wrapped up. Now, what I did is, because now since I have that, the other jewelry I've sold, I've cleaned them, but I got this new ultrasonic jewelry cleaner, and so I gave all of them a bath today in it, and then I dried it, and then I hair dried it so nothing would like discolor. Those are butterflies, aren't those cute? And then I've got this statement necklace that's really cute. This one is marked or signed. I can't remember what it is, but so anyway, all this jewelry, I think there was 22 or 23 pieces. This one's very cool, but it's wrapped up in another one, which that's a shame. I sold for $29.99. I think there was 22 pieces, 23 pieces maybe. So it's a deal. Like, it's a deal. I felt like I was marking it to sell it for sure. Oh, there we go. So $29.99. I can't really tell you a cost of goods because it's, in all of that jewelry that I'm buying the lots of. So my net profit is $22.49, and I donated $3 to my charity. So that makes me happy for sure. So I'm thrilled with that. Okay, there. Okay. This necklace was sort of dirtyish, and then I put it in that ultrasonic thing, and I bought that thing off eBay, and it is cool. Look how pretty that is. Just green and white rhinestones. And then there's this leaf. It's not marked. It's just a really pretty necklace. And then I've got this cool necklace. I'm just showing you the pieces, and then I will be wrapping them. This is kind of a cool vintage necklace. Definitely a statement piece. Oh, and I threw in this little ring holder, which I believe is a Brighton. It is unmarked though. It was unmarked, so I couldn't claim that it was Brighton, but I said, that. I think I said I believe it's a Brighton, but it's unsigned. It's like, when you, I just don't want these to get all tangled. But I've got these really cute little tiny hoops, and then these little beaded, someone probably made those. Here's like the open-ended ring, like earring or, okay. Once I get all these untangled, which is kind of a shame because it's there's one that's a multi-strand. Those are always kind of fun. Oh, there was this, this is like a crossbody strap from a purse or something I included because it was in excellent condition. So someone could change up their, that one might not fit in one of those little bags, but okay. And then the last few I have here. Come on, stop this nonsense you got going on. I knew throwing them in this box was going to get them all tangled, but I did it anyway. Man, I'm finally getting some air coming in Got hot today. It's hot again in Missouri, guys. Let me know where you're at and tell me how nice it is there. Okay, this is a really pretty vintage. So yeah, if you like jewelry, you might go to my eBay store and see what I got. The three that I posted, the other three are all gold tone, and I had another silver lot to post, but I ran out of steam. This is a signed celebrity. It's a vintage multi-strand. And then this one is not signed. So all that jewelry, they got it. Tell me they got a deal. I feel like it's a deal, even though it's like not signed, and you know, I feel like it's a deal. Definitely all wearable. This is like a boho. There we go. There we go. Like a long boho necklace. Very nice. Okay. So that's it. So I beat my last week totals. I think all I had to do is sell like one or something to beat it. But so I'm not going to give you the totals yet because the night is still young, right? What time is it? Like 8 p.m. But you never know. I might make a couple more sales that can go on this week. But so far, I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 sales. Which I beat the 17 streak I've been on. So that's all I care about right now. But anyway, the Patagonia coat was amazing. That was my best sale for the week. The second one is that watch lot that all those old non-working watches, they sold for $67. I made $50.20 off that bundle. So I'm starting to sell jewelry, definitely, now that I'm really getting it posted. But anyway, that's all I got. Thanks so much for joining, and hopefully you all will see me tomorrow night. Have a good one.